Atlanta United Fan TV, 2-0 win. Trash City don't have anything on us again. Pretty solid win, but I think Orlando City maybe didn't really finish their chances in this match.
They didn't finish their chances. That's an understatement. I've never seen a match of this magnitude, at least involving MLS teams, where you had so many missed and blown chances. There really was an opportunity for Orlando to make this a game, and you just keep blowing your shots, and you kind of shot yourself in the foot.
Indeed. Yeah, but in terms of our play, I mean, our 11 definitely much different with Joseph Martinez being injured and hopefully a speedy recovery for him. But in terms of that starting 11, what did you think of it?
It was daring. I think that of course the weird thing is like United always puts up a 4-3-3, and it's like we never end up running like that. It's the funniest thing in the world. But
why do they even make a formation to begin with?
Like we just say, hey, who we're starting? Just go with it. But
right.
No, I think that I actually think that going forward, it actually will be pretty good for us because you always have the question marks as far as can X team survive without their big player, whether it be LA Galaxy with Ibra, LAFC with Villa. Of course, we had the same questions with Joseph. So I think just seeing that we were able to find guys who are willing to score and in a position to score, I think that especially in this environment, it actually will serve us well going into the playoffs. So I actually think it was a pretty smart move.
Yeah, I'm a little bit gutted that Justin Merriam not only got injured, but he had to come off and didn't score against Orlando City because that was definitely a narrative going into the match.
I guess they don't like him down there. Like it's so weird, But I think that you have it's good to have those type of rivalries where whether it's per individual or just with the team as a whole, you get up for those type of matches, and you can definitely tell that Miriam came in ready to go. Orlando was ready to go, or at least the fans were. Like I said, I don't know what happened with those shots, but I think that all in all, we stepped up when we had to. The goals were actually pretty clinical, and I'm glad we're on the way to another final.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, who's your man of the match? I mean, I think there are a few guys that maybe could have gotten that call, but who do you think?
Actually, I'm gonna go with. That's a good question.
Stumped you. Eric Remedi, Hindman.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Remedi because just the hustle off of that goal. Because remember, he had the first shot that bounced out the goalkeeper, and everyone stayed with it. He stayed alert. He was on right there for Gressel's assist. And so I think I'd have to go with him. I think that him actually, if you go back to the game on Saturday, him being able to rest up from that game, you could definitely tell that he had a lot of spring in his game, and it definitely showed.
Yeah, love it. So moving on to more fixture congestion in this month. 5 days from now we play NYCFC. What would you like to see in terms of any rotation at all? Same starting 11?
I mean, hopefully, just in a position where he can bounce back. I'd like to think that Tito will be in a position where possibly he can start on Sunday. Since he's been out for a while, I'm hoping that his fitness is at least good enough to where you can give 60, 70 minutes at least. And beyond that, I've been a really big fan of the Hyman. Remedi, Nagby midfield. I've been huge about that. So I think that if nothing else, you keep that. Obviously you have some flexibility in the back line. I think we tend to do better when we do have Pogman on the back line. So I wouldn't deviate too much, but at the same time, it's great that we have options.
Yeah, love it.